guys, if you missed part one, I answered a whole bunch of questions. I reached out on Facebook and asked you guys if you had questions. It's been a long time since I did these. You guys had so many questions and I am so chatty that I think I answered like a dozen questions and it took me like half an hour. So I'm gonna answer a few more. I'll try to keep this video shorter than that. But I wanted to answer a few more questions because there's just so many. I feel like it's been a really long time since I sat down and did this with you. Okay, do you think motherhood is as good or as easy as you were expecting? I think it is better and easier than I expected. But let me say, I'm not sure easier is the right word. It is much better than I expected. And I had pretty high hopes for it, but it has been hands down the most rewarding, affirming, amazing thing that's ever happened to me becoming a mom. And I just feel so beyond blessed to be Charlotte's mom. I cannot tell you. It's just, my heart is so full and I've never felt so alive before. So yes, thumbs up for that. I like to say that being a parent is extremely challenging and extremely easy at the same time. And I don't think easy is the right word. I think the word I'm more looking for is natural. Because yes, it is difficult and there are definitely some difficult moments where you're like pulling your hair out or you're just so tired or you just don't know what you're doing and you feel kind of lost. And there are definitely those moments and they are extreme when they happen. And because it's your child, it's your heart, it's your life, you know, like it can be so hard, but at the same time, being a mom is the most natural thing for me. It's felt so natural and everything is just, even the difficult moments just have felt like fluid and it's just felt like that's what they're supposed to be. They're supposed to be difficult. They're supposed to be happy and great and easy and hard and frustrating. It's supposed to be all those things and it just feels so natural. I don't really know how to adequately put that in words, but I hope that gives you a sense. And that, oh, what just happened? Answers that question a little bit. I'm looking at my phone at the questions, you guys, if you're, blah, blah, blah. Sorry, I'm like so distracted. I'm trying to answer as many of these as possible during this now. Okay, since reading and doing the Konmari method around your house, have you kept up with it or have you repurchased many things to replace what you gave away? I keep on keeping up with it. You guys, I keep purging and purging and purging and purging. How do I put this nicely? I shopped way too much in my 20s. I bought unnecessarily, and it was part of my growing up process. It was a part of my dealing with things that I didn't have the tools to deal with appropriately, so I did more shopping than I really reasonably should have, and that became really clear to me a few years ago, basically around the time I turned 30. I had this kind of like light bulb moment where I was like, I don't need, I don't want, I don't care for all this stuff. And I started getting rid of stuff hand over fist, and I'm still like constantly purging. There is just so much I've gotten rid of over the past 4 years. I can't even tell you, and I keep purging and purging and purging. Of course, there's some things that I have to purchase that we don't have, like specifically things for our daughter, you know, toys that are more appropriate for her growing age. She needs new clothes. Like, I don't have those things for her. But for the most part, I haven't repurchased things. Of course, I'm going to buy new things for my wardrobe sometimes. I have really whittled down my wardrobe, and I keep doing so because as I've figured out my style more, just I think is in maturing and knowing myself better and being a mom and having certain things that work for me to wear right now in my life. So I have obviously repurchased some things in terms of like clothing kinds of things, like tops and bottoms, just also needing different sizes or, you know, different things that I'm into and needing to replace old running gear and stuff like that. But for the most part, no, I haven't been buying a lot of stuff. And I know that because I have my own bank account that is for my own earnings that I use to pay for most of the things I buy for myself. I buy with my own money, and that bank account has like quadrupled in what savings are in it. actually also have a savings account that I don't touch. That's like kind of my nest egg. That's separate. But the money I have in my like my personal spending account, my earnings, has quadrupled in the last year, and that's very telling of how I'm really not spending, really. So yeah, that's been great. I think it's just part of my growing up, and also part of my having better tools to deal with emotional things that I just didn't have the tools to really work well with in my 20s. So I think that was a big part of that. What camera did you use when you vlogged, and will you be vlogging again? I use the Canon GX7 or G7X. I can never remember what it's called. I'll put a link to it below. It's a great vlogging camera. I also use it to film any like overhead videos I do, like my planner videos, especially. It's great for that. It's a really high quality camera. It's expensive, but it produces great footage, and I love it. And I think it's a great all-around camera. I think you use it very well for sit-down videos too. I'm actually using my Canon T4i, which I've had for years, to film this, but I love that camera. I would highly recommend it. Have you found life's perfect balance? Is it even possible? If so, please give hints and tips to accomplish this. I don't believe in perfect anymore. I like to say I'm a recovering perfectionist. I don't think perfect is something I personally want to strive to be, and realistically, I don't think it's anything I could ever be or ever really want to be, and I don't believe there is a perfect balance. I think living my best life is striving for balance, but in striving, it creates the balance that I need. I don't think there is a perfect balance, though. I just don't, for me, I don't think there is one, and I don't think there should be for me. I don't know if that makes sense. I don't know. Again, this is something I'm struggling finding the words for, but to me, it's more about doing my best to live my life fully, live every day to its fullest, make good use of my time, you know, be mindful of my priorities, my personal priorities, which I just talked about. Maybe that was in the last video. I'm kind of losing track of where this video started and where that one ended. You know, family is my #1 priority. My home is kind of my marriage, obviously, that kind of falls into the family part. My home is a priority, and then, you know, what I do here and sort of my personal pursuits are kind of further down the list, but right now those are my priorities, and they have been for a very long time, and that I think keeping those priorities as part of my daily experience helps me feel balanced. I honestly feel like I have so many balls up in the air at any given time. There's so many things I wish I could be doing or wish I had time to do, but at the same time, I feel like I'm also living my life the way that I'm meant to right now and the way that feels right to me. So that to me makes me feel balanced. Maybe it's not balanced on paper, like maybe it doesn't like look that balanced from the outside looking in, but I feel balanced, and that's kind of what I look for. What organizational project do you want to tackle next? Well, definitely the mudroom in my office. I already talked about those in the other video. The kitchen organization video, I addressed that in the previous video, but just in case you didn't watch it, I did a huge purge in my kitchen. I got rid of so much, you guys. I got rid of so much unnecessary stuff that we weren't using. But basically when all was said and done and I put everything back, I basically put everything back in exactly the same way it was before. And I was like, there's nothing really to show here because it's kind of the same except for like 2 drawers that I changed up for some of Charlotte's stuff. But I did mention that I might be taking on a bigger kind of kitchen, what do I want to say? Like making up my kitchen, not making up, makeover, that's it. This year, it would be later this year. And if we do that, then I'll definitely do a whole video and go through everything with you guys. What's your spring cleaning routine for this year? Honestly, I feel like I do full year cleaning now. whenever I have the motivation and the time to commit to something, I will just go at it. So right now, like this weekend, for example, I'm gonna clean out the garage. It needs cleaning. Things are stacked in it from the mudroom overhaul we did, which I will be sharing about hopefully sometime in the next few months. I get my act together. So it's not really seasonal for me anymore, although I do kind of get the bug this time of year to kind of clean things a bit more. thoroughly, but it's really all year round. So right now, garage, because I do want to have my garage power washed, which is something I do every spring, so that is kind of a impetus for that. And obviously I do want to work on my office and stuff, but it's, you know, one thing at a time. One thing at a time. Has decorating or organizing your house changed since having a baby? Definitely decorate less. I'm a very seasonal kind of person. I love my different seasonal decor. I love getting into the seasons and the associated holidays and all that. And I'm still very much that way, but I definitely do a lot less in terms of my little like tchotchkes and decorations that I put out for the holidays. Because Charlotte's now at the stage where she can reach a lot of things and she's into like putting everything in her mouth and exploring things that way, and a lot of the little things I have are just not appropriate for that. They're either very breakable or, you know, whatever. So I definitely do a lot less of that for that reason, but also just time. Like I just haven't gotten as much into decorating because of time. I went all out for the holidays, for sure, over the Christmas holiday, because I really wanted to make that experience for myself and my family, have our home be kind of the winter wonderland. That just makes me so happy. But the other holidays I really have done very little, and I've actually purged quite a bit of my home decor stuff, like my seasonal decor stuff, I should say. I got rid of a ton, and I'm still kind of working on that. I work through it every season. I kind of go through, and you guys have gotten rid of so much. So definitely kind of toned it down in that direction. But I can see as Charlotte gets a little older, getting more into those sorts of seasonal decorations and involving her in projects like things we can make for the house, and having her help me and just having her get excited about those sorts of things. That's kind of one of my mommy fantasies. What's in Charlotte's Easter basket? Well, I'm glad you asked because I have it right here. I realize Easter's like been a while ago now, especially since I chopped this video up. Or maybe, yeah, it's been a while, hasn't it? But when I'm filming this, it's actually like Easter tomorrow, so I have the things right here. I have her basket. I also, I really have been excited about doing an Easter egg hunt for Charlotte. She's still a little, she's 15 months. She still doesn't really understand the concept of hide and seek that much, unless it's like right in front of her. So what I did is I bought this set of little like clear eggs that come apart. You know, they like break into pieces, 2 pieces, from Target, and I filled them with these little, I think they're called Zoom Zooms. Charlotte loves anything Mickey Mouse. So I bought these little Zoom Zooms also from Target, and I thought I'd just kind of put these around the family room on the floor and let her pick them up. And because they're clear, she can see that there's something in them, and she'll figure, she knows how to like open things and stuff like that. So I thought that'd be kind of fun for her first Easter egg hunt. And then this is her basket. How cute. I have it in here because I've been working on it. Like I said, she's only 15 months, so she doesn't eat a lot of candy. I put a couple of things in. She's never had chocolate. She's never had like anything really like candy. I put a couple of things in just for fun to see if she'd be interested in trying. I got her this cute little card. So I'll just quickly give you a rundown of what's in here. We've got this little Duffy bunny that we bought at Disney World when we were there in February. I found these little bunny ears at Target. Actually, most of the stuff's from Target. These little Easter bath books. She loves bath books. They're like little books that are bath safe, so I thought she would like those. This little bunny straw cup. A couple of little Mickey and Minnie board books, because she loves books right now and anything Mickey and Minnie. And then these are the couple of candy items I got for her. Like I said, she might not, Charlotte's very, very picky about new things. She likes to eat a lot of different kinds of food, but she's very suspicious of like different things that don't look like the food she's used to, and she's never had candy. So I got her some Peeps. I know I'm gonna get in trouble for giving her Peeps, but whatever. It's soft. I wanted her to have the experience of trying it if she wants it. If she doesn't, it's not a big deal. And her first chocolate, this little chocolate on a stick. She's really into biting into things now. She has so many teeth. I think she has more teeth than the average 15-year-old. 15-year-old, oh my gosh, 15-month-old. But I got her this little chocolate on a stick thing. And that's what's in her Easter basket this year, if you were curious. And oh my goodness, this video is so long, and there's so many more questions I want to answer you guys. Okay, I'm gonna answer 3 more. How is your fitness doing now that Charlotte is older and after pregnancy? Honestly, it's only in the past, I don't know, month or so that I've really started to get back into a more regular routine with fitness. I was very good with it, really up through my pregnancy, I stayed on top of a fitness routine. And then after Charlotte was born, I took a few months off, especially having a C-section. I just didn't feel ready to do any sort of like I mean, I've always walked, but especially having a dog, but I just didn't feel ready. And then when she was about 3 or 4 months old, I picked up with it again, and I got really into PIT 28, which is like a high intensity interval training routine thingy, which I still like and I still do sometimes. And then I think it was about the beginning of the holiday season, so maybe just around Thanksgiving, I just didn't have time. I just was staying up so late every night. I was too tired to wake up early in the morning. It's the only time I could really get the workouts in that fits in my schedule, is if I get up at like 5. I was just too tired because I was staying up so late doing other things. And I just fell out of it for a few months, really, basically through February, like basically all of December, January, February. I didn't work out at all. Again, walking every day with Winnie and running up and down the stairs a lot and doing a lot of stuff around my house, but nothing like specifically fitness related. And then in March, I started incorporating a little bit more of that interval training again. And then in the past couple of weeks here in April, I've started running a little bit again. Very, very low key. I'm doing 1 minute walking, 1 minute running, just trying to keep it like a real low key, because I'm not like training for anything and there's nothing coming up that I have to be like thinking about in that way. And I'm just trying to do it in a way that works for my body, because I love running, but running does not love me back. Really, it's just really hard on my body, but I just love it and I can't stay away. So definitely back into it, but like I said, it's something that I have to lose sleep to do at this point in my life with the things that I prioritize during my day. If I want to work out, I take an hour out of my morning sleeping time. So instead of waking up at 6, I wake up at 5. And when some mornings my alarm goes off at 5 and I'm like, nope, I need that extra hour, and I go back to sleep. And I don't beat myself up over it. Working out for me has always been more about my like mental and emotional health than my physical health. Of course, it's nice to also keep up with your physical health, but I'm pretty active anyway. So in my like just daily life, so I don't worry too much about like getting like really out of shape or anything. But yeah, definitely getting back into it now. Especially I just feel a little bit more energized. I think now that we're moving into spring and the days are longer and it's just sunnier out, it just helps me with just feeling like I have more energy too. So getting up early hasn't been as big of a burden, I guess I would say. So a couple questions about if we join the Disney Vacation Club. We're very close. We are on like we've taken the initial steps, I should say. It's not finalized yet because we're waiting for the points to become available where we want to have like our home resort be and all that. But yes, we're doing it. I didn't push Don to do this. I never even brought it up really. He researched it and figured it out on his own because he figured out after, I think Don and I have been going to Disney World together for 14 years now. I know. He figured out that we go so much that it really pays for itself and then some, and is actually much more cost effective in the long run if you go as often as we do, to do it. And if you're not familiar, Disney Vacation Club is basically like a Disney timeshare, and it is expensive. Like, you have to put up a lot of money up front. But if you have the money and it makes sense in your lifestyle and like in your budget to do so, and you know you're going to be going to Disney on a regular basis, from what Donna's told me, it really is a good deal. But you have to like pay through the nose right up front for it. But we love Disney World. We plan on going regularly with our child, hopefully children. We'll see how that unfolds if we're blessed with another child or not. Well, like I said, God willing. I think I said that in the last video, but it's something we plan on making part of our family, like our annual family experience. So it just makes sense to do. So I'm so excited because it's like, I told Don, asking me my opinion on it. I'm like, honey, you know more about like financial stuff and like are better at that than I am, like in figuring out like doing the math and all that. We're going to Disney whether or not we have the vacation club. He's like, okay, let's do it. So we're doing it. I'm really excited about it. I just showed the Easter basket. Do you ever watch your old videos? And if you do, how do you feel about it? Never have I really ever done that until I think a couple of weeks ago. I really don't like watching my videos back. Not that I don't like to, I just don't think to. Once I put them out, once I like make them public, I like let go of them and I don't go back. And I don't know. I just don't watch, like if I have time to watch something, I'm gonna watch somebody else. I don't watch myself. I live my life, you know, I don't need to like rehash it. But I've just gotten like so sentimental about like the Disney races and Run Disney stuff. And I've just been really like getting back into running and dreaming about if hopefully one day, not anytime soon because then I'll get questions, but hopefully one day doing races again and doing Disney races again specifically. And I was searching on YouTube for Run Disney vlogs, and I found my old vlogs, like my old Disney running vlogs, and I watched a few of them. So that was an exception because I really haven't wanted to do that, but it brought me back, like a lot of things I had forgotten, and just brought back those memories and that feeling of, and just a very specific, special feeling. So the answer is yes, I have watched some of my old videos, but it's not something I do regularly or like really care to do. But it just, yeah. Oh, this is, okay. I'll address this one a little bit. This person mentioned that she said, and I quote, "You have put up with the most negative commenters and people I've ever seen on YouTube, any YouTube personality to go through. How do you find that you can push forward and move on and share?" I don't know. I mean, honestly, I see a lot of people getting a lot of crap unnecessarily and unwarranted and disrespectfully. I know I get some of that too. I don't think I'm like the only person or the person who gets it the most or anything. Whatever. I don't know. I know that it's out there. I know that people direct it at me sometimes and it's unfortunate. But honestly, if you're gonna be doing this kind of thing, if you're gonna be sharing yourself and your life publicly online, you're gonna deal with that in one way or another at some point, and that can make or break you in terms of whether you want to continue putting stuff out there or not. I've definitely struggled with it in the past. It has been challenging me. I'm a very sensitive person and I can get wrapped, I mean, historically, there have been times where I've gotten caught in those cycles where I'm just like, just caught up in that. And those times have taught me how to come out stronger and more grounded and better person for having dealt with them. And to the point where the past few years, I don't get caught up in that. It doesn't affect me like that anymore. Of course, I'm human and things do have an impact, but they don't like make or break me. Do you know what I mean? And I just think it's been real, I mean, I don't want to say like bring on the crap because that's just not nice. And I don't believe in putting that kind of energy out there personally. It doesn't make any sense to me in living my best life to be putting out negative energy, especially, I don't know, it's very disrespectful and it's just a very, very unfortunate truth of the times we are living in. Uh-oh, I'm running out of battery. Oh boy. I just think it's a really unfortunate thing that people in this day and age they can say things like that to another person and just be okay with themselves. Like, I can't imagine, but unfortunately it's what happens. But again, like I said, I know what matters and I know what doesn't, and those people don't matter in my life. They really don't. And I haven't shared, I don't want to bring too much up, but people are nuts, you guys. Some people are like legit like crazy and do really inappropriate things and say inappropriate things and do inappropriate things, and you just learn how to move on. And I've definitely changed things over the years to protect myself and my family when it's been necessary. And I continue to do that even though I am stronger and not as affected by those things. Sometimes you have to make adjustments. And I think acknowledging that and being okay with that and just knowing that I need to do what I need to do to feel safe, but still do what I love and share what I love. So it's, it's a balancing act and I do my best. But yeah, it's an unfortunate part of this, I don't want to say business, but you know what I mean, this whole spiel. Okay, I'm running out of battery, you guys. I'm gonna wrap this up. I think I'll end it there. not to end it on a downer. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, here, I'll do this one last question because it's just fun. Are you still working on the beekeeper's quilt? If you're not familiar, that's a little, you make these little hexapuffs. They're called little hand knit, double-sided things that you stuff. They're knit, little hexagons that you can then stitch together into a quilt. And I was working on this for a couple of years, and then I basically stopped when Charlotte was born, and I just, knitting is something that I haven't made time for. In the list of priorities, it's definitely not very high on the list right now. Memory keeping is higher up when if I'm gonna be doing like a personal crafting pursuit, that's what I'm gonna be doing. It is something though that I've tucked away in hopes to pick back up on when I have time. And it is a project I never had like a deadline for. It's something I would like to finish, and I would like to get back into knitting. But again, knitting is something I feel like can wait, whereas my memory keeping, that I need to keep more up to date with, or it slips away from me. Okay, my memory card just filled up. I don't think I've ever done that in like almost 8 years of filming videos. Filled up a whole memory card in one sitting, but yep. Anyway, I don't know if I finished my talking about the quilt. I do plan on picking it back up at some point, but it's not high priority on my list right now. But I know I will come back to knitting later on, you know, down the road when kids are a little bit older and I've got a little bit, you know, less, let's just say when it's higher up on my priority list. Anyway, do plan on doing that at some point. I hope you guys enjoyed this super long video. There was so many more questions I wanted to answer, but I cannot talk anymore today, and I'm getting all like hot from this light, and I need to go drink some water, and I need to go get my baby, and I gotta do things. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this. Thank you for watching. Thank you for answering your questions. I see there's so many things you guys want to talk about, so I'll try to do this again this summer, and not wait like a whole, you know, almost 3/4 of a year before I do another one of these like last time. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed sitting down and chatting with me. Thank you so much for watching. If you watched both of these mega huge videos, thumbs up to you, and I will see you real soon. Thanks for watching, guys. Take care. Bye. Come here, bunny. Come say hello. Come here. Come, Winnie. Come say hello. Come here. Come. Come to mama. Up, 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 up. And in case you were one of the people who wanted to see Winnie, here she is. She's been sleeping on the rug that's right here next to me. We've had a real problem getting our nose part. If you have a Shih Tzu with long hair, you know what I mean. The little part on her nose, I can't like get it straight, so her little nose hair has been over her nose, but she's still adorable and my sweetheart, and she still hates it when I hold her up like this. Look at her, she's like, I don't want to do this, mama. But anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this. Thank you for watching. Bye. Take care. Oh, you're such a good girl. Bye, guys.